Hey guys, welcome back. It's Games. First of all, guys, I would like to thank you for all your support. We are growing our community, and thanks for all those who support our channel by watching the video till the end. Those who comment, share, and subscribe. In today's video, basically, what we are going to do is to attach a script to our Goblin barrel that we already created. And what exactly I mean by attaching a script is basically our Goblin barrel is going to attack the target that is in range. That means every target that's entering its region is going to explode and add some explosion effect. So stick till the end of the video so that we can see how exactly we made it. All right, so start the game. As you can see, here is where we stopped last time. We could select a pawn, chop a tree, select another one, and you can direct the pawns by clicking on them, and you can click on the tree on a certain position to chop the tree. All right, let's close this. So here we are going to Goblin barrel. So in Goblin barrel we are going to add a navigation agent 2D, an area that we are going to call detector zone. We are going to add another area we are going to call hitbox. So I'm just going to do the design path very quickly. If you think it's too quick for you, you can pause the video and try to copy exactly what I'm doing. So for the pathing, we are going to use some parameters like I'm doing right now. So if you think it's too quick for you, you can slow the video and you can pause it to copy exactly. My main goal is to just show you the codes, because the code is more important. So first of all, just drag and drop, and before you left, you press Control, drag and drop. If you don't press Control, this mistake will happen. So just drag and drop, and we are going to rename this navigation. I prefer short variable names. Okay, drag and drop the detector zone, and for hitbox also drag and drop. All right, these are the variables that we need. So now let's create some variables. So I need a variable called states for animations, another variable that I'll call speed for how fast my barrel gonna move. Then I need another variable for the direction, so I'm going to call it dir. Then the dir will be equal to 0. All right, now we need other variables. So for variables for targets or targeting or whatever, I need a target. So I need to select the target which enemy my barrel is going to attack. So to do so, I'm going to write export variable. So the first variable I'm going to use is the variable tower, because I want my barrel, when it's chasing or is attacking, going toward a tower, let's say where there is an archer on the tower. When it collides with the tower, it explodes and destroys the tower. All right, so we just copy that line and we are going to paste it multiple times, and we will rename just the name. So the second one, I'm going to call it house. This one, I'm going to call it castle. All right. So for the export variable type node 2D is equal to null, you can just attribute a value to that. I will show you how to do so. So let's add a few more. Okay, so I have a pawn warrior. Now I can add a knight, even though I haven't created. And for mine also, we'll use these variables later on, but not in this video. So down here, I'm going to call the function seeker, is a defined function, user defined function. So I'm going to call my function seeker underscore warrior. So in this function, what exactly we are going to do, we are going to use a property of navigation agent 2D. So we are going to check if the instance is valid. That means our node or our target is still valid. The moment our instance is valid, so the navigation, that's our navigation agent 2D, gonna take the target position. This target position will be equal to the warrior. Since we are looking for the warrior, we are going toward the warrior and its global position. So we want to follow him everywhere, even if the warrior is moving. So if that instance value does not exist, mistake like that can happen. Let's consider when the warrior is destroyed. So the else gonna operate. So for warrior in gate tree gets the node into a group. So we are going to look for our warrior, a group of warriors. So we check for warriors in group warrior. Okay. For that, we are going to check also another condition in the for loop. So we check again if, okay, basically if the warrior is in the group, then we need to check now if that warrior who is in the group is valid, is still exists, I can say, even though in the for loop. So our target is equal to now that warrior in the group. Then now navigation dot target position is equal to target dot global position. All right. Global position seems all right to me. Now, I think this line of code, I'm just going to copy this, Control C, close this a little bit. No, I need to pass, so I need somewhere to start with. Okay, not here. Down here. Oh my God. Down here. All right. Now I'm just going to Control V and rename this function seek pound. Now we are looking for the pound. So everywhere was written warrior, we're going to change it by pound. The global position become to pound. So guys, just make sure to rename it exactly. Mistakes can really happen. So make sure everything is perfect. Otherwise, it is not gonna work, of course, if you don't really follow instructions as I'm doing. I might make mistakes and I might forget to change something. So for you, just check each line of code, because I might be on a rush. As you can see, coding takes a lot of time, so I might be on the rush and forget some things. So for you, just check everything is perfect. So we are going to pass again the same function. Then now we are going to rename this one seek the tower. We are looking for the tower, so just rename also same things like that. So guys, don't forget really to take the notes. The moment you take the note, you understand each block of code. Let's say for the seek toward the target, you will know how to do it, same as for the others. So it's kind of easy like that. So just make sure everything is perfect for you. All right, close this. We are going to pass a couple of them again. So basically, I want my barrel to attack the house, the castle, the pawn, the warrior, the knight. So I'm just going to create multiple functions for seeking the targets. I could make it in one block of code, but those are more complex. Since I can say myself, I'm an intermediate in Godot. I only started Godot 1 year ago, if I'm not mistaken. So I have no much experience for complex codes. All right. Then basically I like challenge like this one because I don't have experience in creating games like this one. So I just think a lot. I reflect a lot about my game, how to move, how to attack, how to defend, how to create the health system and so on. So it's kind of difficult, but I like big challenge. I like being challenged. So seek castle. Now we just rename all of this. All right, now down here, castles also, group castles. And for warriors also rename here, castle. All right. Takes a lot of time, I guess, to just seeking, I guess, because a lot of code is coming down here. another one. We are looking now for, we have warrior, pawn, tower, house, castle. Now here is the knight. Perfect. Just going to rename all these things. This is a lot of work, a lot of codes to write. Very stressful also. Knight and knight again. Plenty of time. Spend a lot of time writing all of this. Add another one, I guess. You see what I mean? What I meant by mistakes. So just make sure everything is perfect. For you, just check everything that you're writing still valid. I kind of forget to change some other things because I'm just copying a block of code from one block to another block. So it's kind of difficult for me to write everything and see everything. So at least I'm thinking about my next line of code. So it's kind of complicated for me. Warrior, mine, change again, mine again. Maybe I forgot a lot of things, so later on I might just go and correct them. All right. Now I need a fresh new line to start. Same mistake again. I need a fresh new line to start. Okay, all right. Now that you're down here, so let's create a function. This function is ready function. So in the ready function works only once the game is started. So it run only once. So the block of code I'm writing now gonna run once. So what we're going to do when this game starts, we add our barrel to the obstacles to create a group. Look as I'm doing, I'm just clicking on this small cross. Then we are going to create a group, goblins. Then make that group global and click OK. So that's how you add a character, a node to a group. Now in my code, in the ready function, I can add it to the group goblins. So now it's an obstacle, then is also in the group goblins to be detected. Okay, let's create another function. So this function is called physics process delta. This function run every single frame of the game. So in this block of code, in this function, that's where we are going to run most of the things we want our game to run every time that we're playing. So we're going to check first if navigation, that navigation agent 2D, is navigation finished. So we return. Now let's create two variables. The first one is the current underscore agent position. So our current agent position, that means the position, the actual position of our goblin barrel is equal to the global position. And the second variable we are going to create is the next path position. Next path position. All right. Now our next path position is equal to navigation dot get next path position. Okay. Now what we're going to do is to create a third variable. This variable is the one moving, I guess, is the variable that moves the character. So we are going to create a variable called new velocity. Velocity is equal to current agent position dot direction to next path position. So in the brackets, next path position, and all of this multiplied by the speed that's variable we create in the beginning, and the speed is equal to 200. Okay, now let's create a condition. So if navigation dot avoidance enabled, so what this condition is going to do is going to check if the avoidance, that's mean our barrels is going to avoid the tree, the let's say the other things that it's not supposed to collide with. That's basically what it's going to do. This line of code is going to check if the collision is enabled. So navigation.set velocity to new velocity. Otherwise, we are going to attach first a signal. So signal velocity computed, connect. So what we do when the velocity starts computing, so basically I'm trying to avoid my Goblin barrel to glitch the moment it reaches its target. So velocity become equal to safe velocity. Now on that, I'm going to copy this function. I'm going to call this function in the else statement. So just copy this, and first, before velocity is equal to safe velocity, make sure of that on navigation agent compute. Okay. Now calling that function, and in the bracket just put the new velocity. All right. Perfect. Then we finish by our move and slide and anim. So basically this line is going to flip our character according to the left and the right. If it's going left, it's going to flip. If it's going right, it's not going to flip. So to do so, just anim.fliph is equal to false if velocity.x is greater than 0, else is equal to true. Great. Now go to the top of the function physics process. So we are going to create a state. For that, we do if states is equal to 0, and I'm making a lot of mistakes today. So if state is equal to 0, anim.animation is equal to idle. If state is equal to 1, just going to copy this line of code and paste it right here. Now double equal there, perfect. Then rename this one. If the state is equal to 1, is the run animation. Just copy this block again down here. If the state become equal to 2, we play the animation explode. Remove this. All right, I guess. Now in the state 2, if the animation become equal to 2, we gotta call the barrel explode or barrel attack function. Of course, error because we haven't created that function. So to do, we gotta just check the animations. We are going to check run, explode, anim, then disable the loop for the explosion animation. Oh, right. Now down here, we are going to create up functions that we need for our game. So first of all, let's start by comments. So Goblin barrel death. Let's create a function to kill our goblin. So goblin dot underscore barrel death. Don't forget the parentheses. What happened to my keyboard? Okay. All right. Goblin then pass for. Now we don't need a block of code inside. Let's connect some signals now. So we are going to attach a body entered and the body exited. Okay. So basically these signals detect if a body entered. So if body dot is underscore in group, so we check if the body is in a certain group. We want to check if the body is in the group pounds or body.name is equal to pound, body equal to pound dot. So basically we are going to call the function seek pound. PG easy. So the state is going to change also to 1 since we are seeking, so it's running toward the target. So copy this line of code and we're just going to change pound by warriors and warriors everywhere. Pound also we change it by warrior, and we're not seeking pound but we're seeking warrior. All right, so basically just copy all these two functions, all these two conditions. We passed when the body exited. So when the body exited, the animation become to 0. That means state is equal to 0, meaning it's idle now. Down here, we attach another signal for the hitbox. For my hitbox, maybe let. Okay, the hitbox we want to connect if a body entered in my hitbox. That means if something's collide directly with my hitbox, basically is just checking for pound, and we can just copy this for the pound. So basically if the pound entered that we explode, the barrel explode, of course. Then if the warrior entered that also, same thing, state is equal to 2. So we are going to call the function explosion or the function attack or whatever you called it. Perfect. So just as we can see, since I'm doing the attack animation, attack code and so on, I haven't called for the tower and so on, because right now I'm focused on the pound and the warriors. Those are only two things I can move around. So I'm just focused on the pound and warriors, and later on we can add for tower, castle, and so on, so that our barrel can attack anything that it can attack. Now let's copy our function. Let's copy our function. Now we are going to create that function. So where should I put it? Let's put it here. So just func goblin attack. Don't forget the semicolon, otherwise you're going to get an error. Var explo underscore scene. Oh my god. Var explo is equal to preload. We are going to preload our explosion that we already created in previous videos. Oh my god, I preload wrong one. Make sure you're exporting the TS and the TSCN, otherwise it's a huge mistake. You can be exporting the code, I mean the script. So for this block of code is basically a block of code that can give you the explosion effect. Then after a few seconds delete it or destroy it or whatever. It's just basically you can note it in your small notebook. If you are creating a different game than this, you can just say for explosion or to call an explosion or any kind of effect, you can just copy this block starting by the function or all the entire function. All right, so basically in this function, what I'm going to do is to preload my created explosion effect. I'm going to instantiate it, then get the parent, add the child, instantiate. The things I instantiate, we take the global position. Okay, all right, let's run the game very quickly so that I will show you. Basically, okay, it does not fuck, vaccine not subclass, expect an argument in the class. Okay, that's the first mistake. So the first mistake come because I didn't attribute the targets. You remember those variables we create in the beginning? You see all of these are empty. So we kind of have to attribute those things. So we start with, we don't have an archer. So we start with pawn. You're going to drag and drop basic things. For warrior, you drag and drop on warrior. Save first. Basically, we just needed for those two. We haven't created the other ones. So launch the game again. Now if my, oh my god, so basically there is something wrong with this function. So we can read the error down there. So I'm just going to rewrite everything from the beginning like a beginner who did a wrong code. Then I'm just, instead of preloading like that, I'm just going to drag directly from my files. Sometimes it's just better to delete all of the code and start afresh, anew. It's kinda easy for me. So I'm starting over again. Instead of getting the parent, I'm going directly to add the child. Explore instance. Explore instance dot global position is equal to global position. All right, then you Q3. If we run our game, full screen, now it disappears, but there is no explosion animation, explosion effects, nothing happened. So we are going to create a function that we're going to call function Goblin barrel. Oh my gosh, Goblin def Goblin. So for the def Goblin, we're just going to cut that line of code and pass it in the other function. And here we're going to call the def Goblin. Basically, what happened is my Goblin barrel was deleted before it calls this function. So I don't have a method to directly call the function before the object is deleted. So what I'm going to do is just to delay a little bit the deletion, or I can say the distraction of my barrel, so that I can show the effect of explosion. So let's run this and see. Basically now it's working, as you could see. So I guess, guys, we reached the end of the video. This is the real end of the video, I guess. So before we just left, I am going just to duplicate these things and we'll show you. Let's duplicate all of this and move it right there and there. All right, now let's run the game. Full screen it. Now select your pawn. It's kind of running away. I don't know why, but I'm going to correct it maybe later, guys. So basically, you see, with the player, it collides very easily. So guys, this is the end of the video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below if you have any question or any query. And guys, please, I would like to ask you to watch the video till the end, and don't forget to share to your friends. Thank you. See you for the next video.